All right. The Three Little Pigs by Vanessa Alexander. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs. I'm sorry, that's not the right story. That story starter reminds me of cute, pink little piglets. However, the story I want to tell you today is about something else. Before I tell you my story today, I want to give you some facts. The feral pig populates approximately 40% of the country. This animal is declared a pest, and we must all take responsibility to keep its numbers under control. The feral pig is usually a lot darker in colour in comparison to the domestic pig, and is often more muscular and thicker through the chest and shoulders. In Australia, this animal spreads weeds, degrades waterholes and wetlands, causes soil erosion, eats a wide range of small native animals, including the eggs of nesting sea turtles, and carries disease that can affect these native animals. Now that you have the facts, let's get on with the story. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs. There were 5 piglets in the litter, however their mother ate the other 2 just after they were born. Their mother had been looking after them for the last 3 months, and now it was time for them to go off out into the bush all by themselves. The first little pig walked along the river until she found a lovely spot to wallow in the mud and make a huge mess. She used her nose to dig holes and used her body and legs to make those holes a lot bigger. She was having so much fun. All of a sudden, she caught the foul smell of rotting meat. This was one of her favourite smells. It was a dead, rotting kangaroo. As soon as she walked up to it, she heard a clicking sound. All of a sudden, she was trapped in a pen and she couldn't get out. She ran around and around, but it was no use. The pig was trapped for 2 days before a man came along and shot her. The second little pig, however, was faring much better. He made his way to the coast and found some delectable little treats that were white and round. He had to dig them up from the sand, and they could only be found at a certain time of year. When he couldn't eat the little white treats, he often ate small animals like frogs and lizards. He also liked to eat plants. One day, while he was out searching for something to eat, he also caught the foul smell of rotting meat. It was a delicious smell, and one that he didn't get to smell very often. He followed the scent and found a large piece of meat from an animal he didn't recognise. He walked up to it and chomped right in. After he'd eaten it, he didn't feel very well. His eyes stopped working and foam started coming from his mouth. He had eaten poison. The poison the pig had eaten was 1080 bait, and this poison is regularly used in baiting of feral animals in Australia. The third pig was doing much better than her brother and sister. She had found a boyfriend and had managed to have 2 litters of 8 piglets. Her last litter had just left her and she was out looking for something to eat when she heard the terrifying howl of the hunting dog. She kept very still and hoped that the dog wouldn't find her. However, it was too late. The dog had caught her scent and was after her. She could also hear the sound of the dog's master telling it what to do. She had to run fast to try and get away. All of a sudden, she felt a mighty tug on her ear and she was dragged to the ground. The last thing she felt was the sharp metal slicing through her skin. But that's not the end of the story. There are approximately 23 million other stories out there to be told. However, most of these stories are about the destruction of the natural environment caused by feral pigs. While the death of any animal is sad, it is important to remember that these feral animals and their behaviours severely impact our environment. Maintaining the population of all feral animals in this country is the responsibility of everyone. We must all be accountable for our actions and our inactions. When hunting and disposing of feral animals, it is important to do so in the most humane way possible and with the least impact to our environment. These are just 3 effective and humane options for hunting feral pigs, and are not the only ones that are used to help to control the population. It is our challenge to continue to search for new, humane and sustainable ways to reduce the population of these destructive feral pests. Thank you.